Hey, what's up, guys? I'm really excited about today's guest on the It's Me podcast because it is a fellow YouTuber and also a fellow New Yorker, Dre, from EMIP TV. What's up, Dre?
Hey, Lori, what's up?
So can we maybe start out with you talking a little bit about yourself and your kind of very diverse career of doing a lot of different things, how you started out and what you're doing now?
Well, how far back you want me to go?
From the very beginning, like when you first decided this is what what might I do with my future, young Dre.
Young Dre, even way back in the rapper Dre days?
Yeah, rapper Dre.
For real? All right, I'll try to make it quick, man. Let's start from out of high school. Graduated high school, was really excited about aviation. I thought I wanted to be a pilot, So I started taking private pilot lessons and whatnot. Decided once you get up there, I don't want to be a pilot, but the people talking on the radio was like, yo, Texan 21 heavy, turn left heading 276. Left heading 276, Texan 27 heavy. I want to be air traffic controller.
Okay.
So I became an air traffic controller. The easiest way to do it is just join the military. I joined the Air Force, became an air traffic controller in the Air Force, did 6 years in that, got out. Then I thought I was a rapper. I wanted to get into rapping.
Like many of us back in the day.
Yes, I always liked hip hop, rap music, and I just started taking it seriously because I started getting good at it. I did that on the side because I wasn't making any money.
Yeah.
So I was a charter bus driver. I always, I drove charter buses. Then I got into New York City Transit, drove all the New York City bus lines, mostly in Queens. I did Brooklyn, Queens. I was
Queens,
in every borough. Queens in the house, Jamaica. Yep. Mostly Jamaica, Queens, but I drove every borough except for Staten Island. I didn't drive in Staten Island.
And you did that to support the music career?
Yeah, so that money, I was living my life with that money. That's a good job. You make $60K plus, When I left New York, I was a bus driver, right?
Yeah.
So to the new job in Kentucky, I became a truck driver, okay? So I wanted to upgrade my CDL license. I was like, I'll just drive trucks. So I was driving trucks, that was making into good money. And I was always doing photography on the side. And I was like, I'm gonna do photography professionally. And then after doing that a while, I was like, maybe I can get this to be my soul thing, and that's been my goal after about a year or so of doing it. But I'm struggling with that. It's no lie. I need to make a lot of money doing photography for me to let go of my primary job.
Right. And maybe for the viewers out there who might be just starting out with photography and they might have full-time jobs too, like how did you initially schedule that time in to really get into it?
I'm fortunate enough to have a job where it's like I work like 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. So it's like kind of like a 9 to 5, but I work at nights. So and I was off weekend. I'm off weekends and holidays, so I'm able to use that time to kind of do it,
Okay, and what do you do? I know you do outdoor photography, so you do plan shoots where you might go out, like when you're first building up your portfolio?
Okay. Oh, man, to build up my portfolio, I got a lot of models. You shoot family members, models, you do what you got to do to get some pictures to show.
Right. And speaking of models, you have Louisville Smiles, right?
Louisville Smiles. That's a project I just started last year. I do it on the weekends. Let me see, I got my Louisville Smiles button right here and my Louisville Smiles business card. So, yeah, I just started last year, and I go around the city of Louisville and I snap people's pictures, right? Nice, happy pictures, and I tell them all about Louisville Smiles. It's a Facebook page. You come over to the Louisville Smiles site, you can see the picture, you see your picture that I took, you're gonna share it naturally, right? I'll say share it in there. You share it. Their friends and family get to know who I am, envy me images, and then hopefully I met them, and I'm meeting people, and then hopefully they can come use me as a business. My business is Envy Me Images Photography, or Envy Me Images. That's what EMIP stands for, Envy Me Images Photography, www.envymeimages.com, so you can check out their website and what I do over there.
And it's pretty brilliant because I guess that's what they call like guerrilla marketing, because you're just putting yourself out there. You're not like paying for advertisements, which people probably aren't even looking at anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like you're naturally just getting people, especially if you're taking flattering pictures of them, as I'm sure I would love to have a professional photographer come and take like, you know, good looking pictures of me. And you know.
And I try to, you know, when I'm out there, it depends on the mood of the person I'm getting ready to shoot. It's not just a click. Okay, thank you. Like you would, like a picture if you was going inside Disney World, right? It's not that kind of picture.
Yeah.
I'll take that, but what I really want to get from them is like a quick 5-minute photo shoot. You know what I mean? Okay, stand there, Chip, and I'm moving, and I'm doing all of this stuff because I want to get the best picture from them, and I'm gonna give it to them for free.
Do you think it helps that you moved out of New York?
Yes.
You know, New York is expensive.
You see how fast I answered that? Yes.
So maybe for some of the people in expensive cities like New York, LA, San Francisco, maybe one of the first things you should do is think about moving someplace cheaper.
Yeah, I remember when I left. Okay, I left in 2002. All right, so I remember these. A dozen eggs was $1.99.
Okay.
Moved here, it was 39 cents.
That's crazy. That's a huge difference. I didn't even know it was that different.
Yes. My insurance on my car, I was with State Farm, right?
Yeah.
I was paying $150 in New York. Called them up a month. Called them up, was like, yo, moving there, Kentucky, gave my new address. $60.
Wow.
You know, it's like, oh, this is great. So you don't need the big time job. A lot of people thought I was crazy when I was telling them I'm leaving. Oh my God, you leaving transit, blah, blah, blah. You crazy, blah, 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 blah. You know, what are you gonna do? You don't need that big time job that comes with that you can get in the big time city. You can get the small job in the little town and do just as good because the difference is significant.
Okay, but is there like a little trade-off with like your potential clients? You know, maybe there's more opportunities or no?
Or as a photographer, I wish I could photograph around New York. Now that I'm really doing it, I wish I could be around New York again. I think there's more opportunity. There's more interesting places to photograph. Everybody
and maybe more
knows me.
people who are willing to be photographed?
Yeah, but I don't know though, because, you know, New Yorkers' attitudes and stuff, you know.
Oh, come on.
like your boyfriend was saying in that video, he's like, nobody's got time for that. I gotta keep going.
Well, yes, that's true.
I'm late for work. I ain't got time for tourists.
That's true. Yeah, time is at a premium out here.
Yeah, so time's at a premium. So I don't know what that would be like, to tell you the truth.
And what about the pay? Do you have to sacrifice a little bit if you move out of New York?
So yeah, you're not gonna make that New York salary. You know, but you don't need it.
Yeah, especially if you got stuff costing like 25% of the cost.
Right, you don't need it. I mean, I remember you know how when you fill out job applications, it might say what you made for your last job, and I would put that down. And I found out that was not getting me a job.
Oh, really?
Because they was like, we can't pay you that. You ain't gonna make that. So I actually had to start lying on applications, telling them I was making a way smaller amount. So that was actually holding me back. I did come to find out, because it took me about 3 months or so to get a job. I was living off of total savings for 3 months, and I was like, I'm running out of savings, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Is it, when you move to another city like that, I guess you have family there, but is it hard to do that transition, even just in terms of like meeting people and getting settled down and stuff?
A lot of people said when I left, I had big balls. So, meaning, you know, it's risky, it's scary. I was in the military. I've been a lot of places. I've been a lot of places in the world. I'm used to just doing that. I'm an all-in guy, kind of. Just do it.
Yeah.
You know, so I had some savings. I just did it. And hey, Lord, I bought a house. You know, I remember when I moved here, I was like, I had to call the realtor. I was like, "Where's my house?" Because I totally got this before GPSs and all that stuff.
Oh, that's funny.
So I had to get directions to the house I already owned.
You know, I mean, you probably were more open-minded to it because your military experience and everything, but I feel like a lot of people who came up here just, you know, would be scared to leave. You know what I'm saying? It's like hard to even imagine that. Mm-hmm. So
That's what I was coming across. I would tell my friends, they all thought I was crazy.
yeah.
I mean,
some people these days just got no choice.
And then I went back and I saw a couple of people. I don't know if this makes sense to you, Lori, but they was looking old. Like New York will beat you down, okay?
My boy he moved out of New York. He grew up in New York, went to DC. He said the same exact thing you're saying right now. He came back recently. He said that he was like in Manhattan and just saw people coming out of the subway, and he's like, God, everybody just looks so beat down and miserable.
Yeah, it does. I'm like, oh my God. And it's not like it was years. I was like back there the next year or something like that visiting. Yeah. And I was like, you know, you don't want to say it to the people. Yeah. But you see the city, man, it will age you. Yeah. You know, because it's so much stress just to live, you know, to commute. Am I going to get to work on time? The people, you know, of course, jobs, you name it. Traffic and, neighbors.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All good points, but I still advocate for my city.
Whatever it is that you love, and if you're doing that already in New York, then stay, okay? But if you're not there, or I should say, if you're already doing that in New York, say, if you could love it somewhere else, then I will say do it. Right. So follow your passion. If it could lead you out of New York, I say do it.
Do you think military is a good option for people who like might want to learn something, and you know what I mean? Like,
yes,
the first step.
You can't think of it what the pictures on TV show you war. It's more than that. You know, it's only a small percentage of the people in the military are going over there. You know, to war in the front lines, guns. You know, there's regular jobs in the military, medical jobs. You know, dentists and people that install cable, light, electricians. You know, you name it. You know, satellites. It's regular jobs. Kind
of. What's the top advice you might have for some young people out there who have an idea of what they want to do and are thinking of pursuing their passion? You know what I'm saying?
Follow it, man. Don't put your passion off. It's something I did. You know, I actually accomplished everything I wanted to do. I wanted to be an air traffic controller. I wanted to drive a bus. I wanted to drive a truck. I wanted to be a photographer. Those are the things I wanted to do. So if you have that, go right to it. I say even find the shortest path that's going to take you there and do it. Start doing it now. Even if you need such education or whatever, you could still start doing it. Yeah. And then when you do have all those qualifications, hopefully you're that much better.
So since we're like out of time, out of battery, out of space on our SD cards, I'm going to close it out there. Thank you so much for being on the show. Okay. And everybody definitely check out his channel, which I'm going to link below, and also link to your Facebook for Louisville Smiles, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And your website, so people can check that out as well.
Okay.
All right. And if you have more questions, maybe if you don't mind, if people have questions for you, if they ask in the comments here or, you know, on your channel, maybe give them a little bit of advice if you're willing.
I will be in the comments.
Cool.
So if you have a question for me, you can hit me up there. You can hit me up on my channel or emiptv@yahoo.com.
Great. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.